Wrestling fans, if you like what you've seen, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also don't forget to ring that bell.
Good evening, wrestling fans. Dave Price speaking to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto once again. And this week, Frank Tunney has another fine card lined up for you. Baron Gattoni of Italy against Red Lions of Hamilton. In the first bout, that was a great big hand for our ring announcer, Jerry Hipp. In the second bout, it's a tag team bout. Kenneth of New Zealand and Pat Flanagan of Toronto against the Miller brothers, Big, Bill, and Ed. And in our TV main event tonight, Édouard Carpentier of France against Steve Stanlee of Chicago. And the first bout between Baron Gattoni and Red Lions will be coming up in just a moment. Here's Red Lions coming into the ring now, a Hamilton boy who did not get his start in Canadian rings. He started his wrestling in the United States. Here is the Baron Gattoni of Italy, making his first Canadian appearance. Baron Gattoni has only been in North America about a year. More about that later. Looks as if we're about ready to go, so here's Jerry Hipp. H-I-F-F.
Last round, one fall for the 20-minute time limit. In the red corner, from Italy, weighing 280 pounds, Baron Gattoni. And in the white corner, from Hamilton, weighing 239 pounds, Red Lion. The referee, Cliff Worthy.
There's a picture of Red Lions. Cliff Worthy's the referee. This Baron Gattoni is 280 pounds, isn't that right? He doesn't look his weight, but I talked to him before the bout. He weighs 305 pounds. Well, he might too when you see him stripped. But in any case, Red Lions is giving away a lot of weight, about 70, 75 pounds in his bout with Baron Gattoni. Gattoni, who is 32 years old, when he left Italy, he was due to come right straight to Toronto, but didn't have his papers in order, so he has been all this time, 1 year, in the United States wrestling, and he's finally in Toronto. That's the Baron with the long hair and the beard. And that's Lions with that wrist lock, briefly. Got it again. Look at the chest on this Gattoni. Lions with a headlock. You can probably hear that grinning up there. That's Red trying to hold it. Wow, he came off the ropes into a elbow smash in the chin. It really dropped him. This is a chin lock. Can slip into a choke very easily, and apparently it has, according to Cliff Worthy. break it. There's a hammerlock by Red. That barn is built like the proverbial brick house. £300, 305 pounds. A little bit difficult for Cliffworthy to move away, too. There was a judo chop across the bridge of the nose of Lyons. He just clubs him. No science, just clubs him. Well, Red smashes didn't make too much impression. Another headlock by Red into the ropes. And again he came off and into that smash. Tony comes from northern Italy, and apparently he's got Red given up. Worthy has given him the customary pats on the back, and the winner in very short order, in less than 4 minutes, is Baron Gattoni of Italy. So he certainly made his...
The winner, Baron Gattoni.
It's a bear hunt. He had Lyons across his shoulders, as you saw, but it was the hands punched in the base of Red's spine, I think, that did the damage. Cliffworthy has, I guess he's standing out for a stretcher, or the doctor. Well, we almost got a little one going right in front of us here, Dan, too. Some of the boys have taken exception to some of the things that were said about one of the wrestlers in that last bout. They're on their feet, and things are being said here. Well, there's Red Lyons. He's still out like the proverbial light. And here comes Dr. Miller now. All the good doctor can do is look. And they're probably going out to get the stretcher. Well, that's a rough one for Red Lyons. Apparently, this, what looks like a comparatively simple hold, is a lot more punishing and severe than you would think. Oh, we had coats off down here, but they're putting them back on again, right? The twosome ahead of us who were going to give us a little extracurricular activity. In the meantime, we can see from here that Red is breathing. There goes referee Worthy. out on the double. The stretcher will undoubtedly be back in the hospital room. Here it comes now. Well, it's a good thing that it isn't Catoni at 305 pounds who has to be carried out, because Lisner could never make it. Billy couldn't carry one corner. Well, that's the first time we've seen anyone go out of the ring on a stretcher in a long time. We've seen them go out pretty groggy, but usually they make it under their own power, or at least with the help of another wrestler. But that's a first for Baron Catoni, and certainly a first for Red Lions, and our next bout will be coming up in just a moment. There goes Red. And the next bout, Kenneth of New Zealand, Pat Flanagan of Toronto against the Miller brothers. Kenneth at 235, Flanagan at 230, Bill Miller at 290, Ed Miller at 300. So there you've got some idea of the kind of opposition that Kenneth and Flanagan are going to be up against tonight. Of course, our main event brings that very fabulous Édouard Carpentier of France against Steve Stanlee of Chicago. Steve Stanlee, who at one time held the title Mr. America. But this Carpentier, we haven't seen him now in quite a while, but he is fantastic. And if you're seeing him for the first time, be sure and take a good look. Well, there are the Millers. From Ohio, here comes Flanagan and Kenneth. And here's Jerry Hipp.
This bout, one fall, with a 30-minute time limit. This will be a tag team match. In the red corner, from Ohio, weighing 290 pounds, Big Bill Miller. Also in the red corner, and from Ohio, weighing 300 pounds, his brother, Ed Miller. And in the white corner, from New Zealand, weighing 235 pounds, Kenneth. Also in the white corner, from Toronto, weighing 230 pounds, his partner, Pat Flanagan. There will be two referees, Joe Golub and Al Bunny Dunlop.
Joe Golub and Bunny Dunlop, the referees for this one. The Millers, making their debut a week ago, are a couple of pretty rugged individuals. Big Bill, the lighter of the two, and the smaller of the two, was a 9-meter man at Ohio State University. Threw the discus 167 feet. He was on the wrestling team and was the Big Ten wrestling champion after Vern Gagne graduated and was out of that conference. He also played tackle on the Ohio State football team. His brother, Ed, Only had 1 year college, then was in the Marines, and came out and went with his brother wrestling. That's Ed Miller. No, that's Big Bill against Ken Kenneth. Big Bill only weighs 290 pounds. Little Ed weighs 305. Kenneth trying to put a lift on the big guy and lift him out, but it's happened then. A small conference. Kenneth gets into that wrist lock very quickly. Flanagan is in to protest to Joe Gollop for the hair pull. Patrick better save his energy. There's Kenneth with a twisting armbar. All he's doing is threatening. Miller steps out. The trouble is, the Millers don't only threaten, they come through when they make up their mind to kick. He went to shake hands with Kenneth. No footwork, he said. Well, there's a full Nelson. And they got him over where Little Ed got him a good lick to the chops. There's Dunlop slapping the big guy. But in the meantime, they did a lot of damage to Kenneth. Dunlop drawing it back. Dunlop's using his feet. But so is Big Ed, or Big Bill. A little bit confusing. Kenneth kicked out. He got over and made a tag with Flan. Here comes Patrick. So, Big Bill tags with Ed. There's Flanagan in against Ed Miller. It's 70 pounds difference, 75 pounds difference. So Kenneth helps a little bit. There's the mule kick. There's another one, and over goes Ed. He's outside. He's going over for a small conference. And he tagged, but it doesn't count. He tagged outside the rope. Ed has to come in inside the ropes and then tag. But he decides against it, apparently. He said, I'll get Flanagan in there, and then you take care of him. Kenneth is in to tell Flanagan not to go in there. Those guys can't help themselves. The Flan's a little bit too slippery. Flanagan's been around this too often. And when he hasn't been wrestling, he's been seeing too many. There's a whip. A wrist lock. Well,
5 minutes.
I hope Pat doesn't have to write me checks tonight. Dunlap saw the trunk close. Gallup is breaking the hole. There's another twist. Here's the old arm stretcher. Land broke it. He's got a headlock and Ed Miller, but he's awful close to the bad guy's corners. Pat got that one right in the stomach. They got him back in that corner. It's a tag, and in comes Big Bill. Look at the twist. It wasn't for below zero weather, and going to put a snow all over the place. With the work they're doing on that left arm of Flanagan's, I'd challenge him to a game of golf tomorrow. He couldn't even swing a tee. Well, Kenneth got in time. So they're trying to make peace again. Those elbow smashes under the heart. Another drag. Good flip by Flanagan. And a 2 count on Big Bill. See Flanagan give him that judo toss there. There's a good picture of Flanagan. I think Flanagan's losing a little weight. Could be the comparison in size with the Millers. They are a couple of big guys. There was a twist. That is about as damaging a bit of business that could be done to a knee. And this doesn't help. There they go again. One holds it, the other drops on it. You can see what that'll do to the knee. And a little more of the same. That could break a knee and really put it out. Pat's is just about gone, I would say. There's all the rest of that pressure on that knee. And they're dragging him over again. Well, one more of those. Flanagan's nuts if he doesn't quit. Look at those elbows, mate. Glenn pulled him, and he's got him. The brother doesn't come in, but he got in there. He got past Gollop. Big Bill got past Gollop. That's one that Flan usually finishes him with. There's that kick again, and a tag, and in comes Big Bill. He made the tag. Made the tag with Kenneth. And here's the wild New Zealander right at the moment. Gollop is questioning the tag. Miller isn't helping things any, but he did make the tag. And Flanagan didn't get a chance to tag him. Well, the Millers will get an assist from Mr. Gollop. That knee to the stomach didn't help cause the bet. There's a takedown to the front. Take down with a hair pull. He handled Gollop without too much trouble. These are terrific guys, these Millers. They got terrific build. But when they miss, they miss. I don't know how Flanagan got over there. There goes Big Ed down. There's a drag. Woo! Look at Glenn throw him. Get the reaction of this crowd, too. Into that corner. Hard. Another flip by Mr. Flanagan, and in comes the big guy again. Rolls Flan on. There he is. Flan's got him in this upside down cradle. Trying for a press. Only got to one. Only got to the count of one. These Millers are so big. There, and they have to break it. There's a tag, which we hope they saw. And the Millers tag. So it's Kenneth against Ed Miller. And he promptly put a body scissors on the New Zealander. Those legs, he ought to put them on pretty good. These guys can reach halfway across the ring with either their arms or their feet. Flanagan's in again, arguing with Dunlap, and in the meantime, Miller is really putting a choke on Kenneth. I never saw two referees so completely ignored by a couple of wrestlers in my life, and they do nothing about it. These Millers have got absolutely no respect for anybody. Kenneth gets kicked right in the face. There's a giant swing, only it's by his neck instead of by his feet. Kenneth will be wearing a size about 14 collar tomorrow. And be able to wear a high one. Here's this Ohio backbreaker. This is where they switch from one to the other. Flanagan and Gobb having a little fun in there, but it's going to mean nothing. In the meantime, Kenneth is taking all the punishment up there. And the winners are the Miller brothers. And the referees, and a very unpopular one it is. The winners, Bill and two big guys there. Total of about 600 pounds. Bill gets over and gets one kick in at Flanagan. So the two of them got planned. Boom, and he got it. And he got it again. One held him while the other clobbered him. Here we go again. Flan's about due to duck. I thought he would, but he didn't that time. There go the Millers. And Flanagan and Kenneth got themselves quite a pasting. Consoling each other there now. So our TV main event between Édouard Carpentier of France and Steve Stanlee of Chicago. I almost said Steve Douglas will be coming up in just a moment. Now, there would be a bout. Édouard Carpentier, who came over from France some time ago, was off, as you recall, for quite a while when he tore the ligaments in one knee very badly and had to be hospitalized and a lot of treatment on it. Steve Stanlee, who has been here on numerous occasions, was at one time Mr. America and has been the top notcher and the headliner wherever he's appeared, and is a great wrestler and can certainly give Carpentier quite a go. But Carpentier, the agility of the man is simply astounding, and if you've never seen him before, well, when our TV main event comes up, this next bout, just sit right up in the edge of your chairs because you'll be there sooner or later anyway. Well, our four tag team wrestlers are all back in the dressing room. There's part of the crowd. Jerry Hip is waiting now for Carpentier and Steve Stanlee to come in the ring. There's another good crowd at Maple Leaf Gardens tonight in the neighborhood of 10 or 11,000, which is pretty good for a very cold night. But this Carpentier has packed places. Wherever he's been, he's drawn them in. And Steve Stanlee of Chicago is certainly no pushover for Édouard Carpentier. And here comes Steve Stanlee right now, the former Mr. America, with his very blonde hair. There he goes. And easy. Carpentier following him. So I think we're about ready to go. Let's go up to the ring and Jerry Hip. And that's Hiff. That's for the information of some people who wrote me.
In the red corner from France, weighing 220 pounds, Édouard Carpentier. Right in the white corner from Chicago, weighing 235 pounds, Steve Mr. America Stanlee. The referee, Bert Maxwell.
This Édouard Carpentier still has no knowledge to speak of the English language, and usually has an interpreter around with him. All the rules have been explained to him before the bout by his interpreter, although he has been here long enough now and has done enough wrestling in France to know all the rules. He knows enough to reach out and see whether or not Stanley's got any grease on him. He just smiles at Stanley there as Stanley tries the same. So, Mr. Stanley wants it that way. Well, Stephen is going to get a lot of action. Look at the physique on this young Frenchman. Stanley, with his strut, his blonde hair, reminds you something of Buddy Rogers, except I don't think he's quite as unscrupulous as Rogers. He got a little of the same that time. Stanley's got a terrific physique.
The enjoyment of a good majority of the crowd. Enjoyed it last and I won all of it by late in the second period.
It was pretty close to a pin. Wrist lock and a kick to the back by Stanley. Stanlee still doesn't believe it. He wants to ask Maxwell if it's true. The hit scissors by Stanlee. Stanlee still trying to get the answers from Bert Maxwell. Never get them from Bert because Bert doesn't know either. One way to make a takedown. Look at that bridge. Stanlee weighs 235 pounds. I tell you, this Carpentier is sensational. Stanlee with that twisting armbar. Showing his muscles off to the television cameras out. Somebody told him where our cameras were located, I guess. An arm drag and a takedown, and if he wants to play those kind of games, he's got them. Even Maxwell's laughing at that one. It didn't work for Stanlee, the same as it did for Carpentier. Well, here's an arm stretch. Well, didn't think it could be a hair pull, and as you said, it isn't a hair pull. That was a nose pull that got him over. Didn't quite get up in that flip. And he reversed that hold in a hurry. Stanley's way of breaking it, and then come the boots, and then the fist over the eye, and boy, he's got Carpentier a little bit groggy. A little more of the same. He went all the way over. And that's it. Well, that was a fantastic ending to this bout. He's got the crowd on his feet. There he is. If he wants it tough, Carpentier can give it to Mr. America Tough. And that twister he didn't like. Oh, there's Mr. America. Mr. America was reduced to Mr. York Township awful fast there.